Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Clockwork Cantina, episode 129. I'm one of your hosts, Josh 2, and that's the other host of the show.
I'm DT3. What's up, everybody? We are in episode
What's
129.
up?
Let's go.
We got energy. We got fucking flex. Let's go. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but I got a lot
Hey.
of energy today. I'm feeling good. I got up early. I've showered. We're ready to do this show. In the second half of the show, we'll be talking about the film, which was DT3's pick this past week, Princess
Yeah,
Mononoke.
we have a retro rewind that I decided to
Yeah.
choose this one. I feel like we'd done a lot of I'll explain it when we get to the retro rewind part. But yeah, it's it was my choice this time.
Yeah. And it's actually funny because I've never seen the movie before. I don't think you never seen it before either. But we'll talk about that in the second
I've
half of
never
the
seen it
show.
before. Yeah.
We'll talk about that in the second half of the show. In the main half of the show, we got news, and we got to talk about what we've been up to the past week because I've been up to quite a few things. 129 episodes. We're crazy. We're moving. We're going along. We're hype. We got energy. We got plans. We got things in the works. DT3. What have you been up to this past week, or anything you want to talk about in general?
So I've been playing more Sea of Thieves as of late. The newest update has me playing that a little bit more, so I've been playing that more quite a bit more as of late. I really like the new captaincy update where you get to buy your own ship and you get to name it and you can customize it, and just sailing with friends on the Sea of Thieves is a fun time. So I really have been enjoying that. I'm probably going to be streaming that this week, probably on Wednesday afternoon. Not sure what time yet, TBD, because getting a group to play that game sometimes can be it can take some time. So it'll probably be later than my usual stream time, but yeah, that'd be fun. Fortnite, I did all the Dragon Ball Z challenges. Yeah, I just been obviously still playing the shit out of that game. It's probably like my most played game off stream, and I even stream it sometimes as well. I'll probably end up streaming it again this week also, probably on Thursday. But yeah, and then I played fucking Valorant for the first time in like a couple years because I was like, you know what? I kind of got the itch to play it again. Um, and yeah, I was like, you know what? Let me just try it out. So I played it again, and boy, that game is like, now that I've been playing stuff like Fortnite and other stuff like that, that's like so different. Like playing fucking Valorant is like so different, man. Like that style of game I just wasn't used to anymore. So it got me a little bit to get into the groove and the hang of that game again. But yeah, so I tried that again. There's the beta for Super People going on right now, so I tried that a little bit, but that's like a man that is like PUBG mixed with like, I guess, Overwatch, because it has kind of like abilities and stuff. So I played that a little bit, but yeah, that one is more like PUBG style. Um, I watched the series finale of Better Call Saul when it aired last week. Last week I told you guys that I had caught up in time for the finale, and I did. I watched the finale. It was fantastic. Another great all-time fantastic show is over now. And yeah, it was a worthy finale, and just shout out to everybody who worked on that show, from the actors to the crew to the creators, everything. The way they tied up stuff from Breaking Bad to Better Call Saul, and just continued stuff from that universe was phenomenal, and they killed it, man. 6 seasons of fantastic storytelling, is complete. We watched the first episode of She-Hulk. I enjoyed it. Uh, it was actually really funny. Some of the stuff I can't wait to talk about it when we do our episode on it, because it was fucking hilarious. I really had a good time and enjoyed that. I watched the newest episode of Harley Quinn. I'm keeping up with that one week to week. Very interesting episode that focused on the Joker. Yeah, it was interesting. It was fun though. That show continues to be fun and funny and what, but definitely recommend that one if you guys haven't seen it. I watched this movie called The Black Phone, starring Ethan Hawke. a good horror movie. If you're into that, he played his part tremendously. He was great. Uh, and some of the other actors were great as well. Some of the kid actors. But yeah, Ethan Hawke was fucking. He did great. He did great at what he. You know what people say these days when they're like, oh, they understood the assignment or whatever. Fucking Ethan Hawke understood what he had to do, and he did it well. And then the last thing is yesterday afternoon, or night if you're, depending on what time this dropped for you. But House of the Dragon aired. For me, it was at 6 p.m. Uh, so we had a group watch of it. We've checked it out, and it was it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. We will probably actually I think we are gonna have to do an episode on this, right? Maybe.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think it's in
so.
the news or in the
Yeah.
calendar rather.
But yeah, we'll be talking about it more in detail when we do the episode for that. But I enjoyed the first episode. You guys know how I feel about, if you've been watching the show long enough, if how I feel about the ending of Game of Thrones. I wasn't really a big fan of the last couple seasons of Game of Thrones, especially the way it all ended in the finale. But if you haven't, now you know. Yeah, but I'm back on board with this universe with this episode. I thought it was really enjoyable, and it reminded me of the goodness of Game of Thrones, and not the terrible, wacky garbage that we got in the end. Of course, this is all my opinion. If you like the way Game of Thrones ended and all that, well, good for you. But this is just my opinion. But yeah, I liked House of the Dragon. I'm looking forward to seeing where the other 9 episodes lead us. But yeah, it's been pretty much it. That's what I've been up to. So how about yourself, Josh?
All right, what I've been up to? I have been up to not a whole a bit. Okay, I've been up to like not a variety of different things, but a lot of those things. Right, I've been playing a lot of MLB The Show 2022. I picked up a copy at GameStop sometime during the week, probably like Tuesday, because that's usually when like I have a free day. Like I always do. We do Cantina on Monday, so it's like I stay home the whole day on Monday just to be like, I gotta do this show. I gotta be prepped and ready. I gotta be, good to go. So, I picked up MLB The Show 2022. I got it cheap. I had points and stuff at GameStop, so I was like, fuck it. I got it for like 30
Okay.
bucks and I brought it home and I played baseball a lot. And it's a baseball game. With not a whole lot to say about it. It's baseball. You can make a character and do their career and all that. I always have fun with it. And MLB The Show is probably one of the best sports games out there, and it's on Xbox now, it's on Switch now, but back in the day it used to be like PlayStation exclusive, so you could only play shows on it if you had a PlayStation. But now it's out everywhere, so if you except for PC. So if you ever like baseball or just want to play a cool sports game that, oh my god, it makes me so mad because they have this dynamic difficulty that scales up and down. So as you get better, the game gets harder. It's just rough. But yeah,
Yeah.
the games are fantastic. They're always fantastic. So yep, played that. And that's like the only thing I played this week. I may have farted around on Fortnite a little bit, but not a lot. I farted around. I watched She-Hulk. I thought it was funny, and I look forward to when we talk about seeing the rest of the episodes and stuff on there. But so far, digging it. Of course, it's only episode 1. House of Dragons, episode 1. Back on the Game of Thrones train. My thought process is kind of like the same as DT3's. Is like when we last left Game of Thrones, it left a sour taste in our mouth, and we have no urge to go back to that world. But now we are kind of getting back on that train a little bit because that first episode was great. There's some scenes in there that make me cringe, but for the most part,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
digging it. And we'll definitely talk about that as soon as when it wraps up later on this year. I can't remember if it's gonna end. I think
Yeah.
it'll be this
I mean,
year.
it's only 10 episodes, and we saw the first one
Yeah.
already.
True. Dice stuff. The Etsy shop's actually taking off very well. So if you're somebody from the Twitch and stuff that has been coming from from here and going over to the Etsy shop and buying things, I appreciate you. If not, why aren't you doing that? You should go buy some stuff. The second thing is I've been making a lot more dice, and the shop is going to be getting more inventory in it because I've sold a lot this past week. I'm doing commissions now.
Dude, you gotta have more ready, dude. Because every time I look, it's like you sold something else again. I'm like, damn.
I know, right? It's surprising. So we'll shout out all the dice social stuff at the end of the show.
It's not surprising because your stuff is great, but it's just like, oh shit.
Fuck, it surprises me. Every time I make a sale, I'm like, somebody bought something. Yes.
No, I'm like, your shit looks great, so of course somebody bought it. But I'm just like, damn. Like sooner or later, you're gonna run out of inventory. I'm like you gotta have more stuff ready, dude.
Yeah, but I got stuff right now. As soon as the show is over, I gotta go to the workshop and do work on the dice stuff. So, if you're those people that are supporting me through the Etsy, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And the last thing is I'm still doing the diet. This is the other thing. This is probably why I have so much energy right now and I can't shut the fuck up. I'm talking really fast right now. I have lost another 6 pounds. I've lost like 9 pounds total, I think, the past since I started. So that's like a massive victory for me. I like, you guys on the show are like the only people I like talk about my diet stuff with, other than like I post a real talk on Discord on my weigh-ins and I talk about what I'm eating, but that's about it. It's like I don't talk really with anybody else about this stuff because like I'm probably gonna fail at some point because we all do, and it's important to talk about those things. So I'm putting it in the I like putting in the notes and I like talking about it. But yeah, small victories, a lot of small victories this past week, and it makes me feel good, gives me lots of energy. And drinking lots of water, and you should too, because being hydrated is very important.
Especially in the summer heat right now, man. It's crazy.
That's the other thing. It's actually not too hot right here right now. We've been getting rain the past few days, except for today's really hot and the sun's out. But like this past week's been really enjoyable, really cool. Being able to go out and do stuff, go over the workshop and do work.
I am jealous of anybody who has nice weather because it is just anytime it's summer over here, the entire summer I'm just like not having a good time. So
yeah, it's currently 81 degrees, very comfortable.
I am very ready.
And we got more rain this next week too.
I am very ready for fall. Yeah.
I feel you, dude. I feel you. It's so much easier to get warm than it is to stay cool. You know, like it's for me anyway.
It is. It's just it's easier to get warm because you can just add layers. But like when it's hot, it's like.
That's why I'm growing the hair out and the beard long, man. Come wintertime, I'm just gonna wrap it around like a scarf.
Dude, yeah, I'm doing the same, man. I mean, you guys can't really tell the hair because I got a hat on right now, but like you can kind of see the back over here and like, the beard. I always usually. But yeah, honestly, come wintertime, we'll be ready, man.
I think this is the longest my hair and beard have been since WaveCon, and you saw how I looked at WaveCon. When I showed up, I looked fucking. Like, I had long hair and the fucking beard and everything. I went and got a haircut like that next day at the barbershop up there. Nice guy, by the way, out there at the WaveCon.
I'll be right back, Josh. My fan disconnected. I can't. Hold on.
I got you. You good. I'll filter airtime, guys. How you doing out there in chat? Guys, while we wait for DT to get his fan fixed. I don't blame him. He's got to get that fixed. Because it's so goddamn hot. I'm stumbling right now. I'm trying to find a subject to talk about. Dice. We can talk about dice. I got some. What colors did I use? I used. My brain is farting right now. I think I did some red and blue, light color. No, I did red and yellow yesterday, and they're in the pot, and I can't wait to take those out as soon as we're done with the show here. Over there in my workshop, I have them in this thing called a pressure pot, which is like you put air in it and it helps eliminate bubbles. It's like one of the biggest things with dice creation is you kind of have to have one. You kind of have to have a pressure pot if you want to make dice, which is just like it's a paint pot. It's like you put paint and air in it and you can spray paint with it. Like it's really nice, and you rig it to change where it just holds air, and then you put your molds in there with your resin in there, and it shrinks the bubbles down to nothing until they evaporate. So I got dice over there, and I'm gonna have to check those out when we're done here. a lot of work going on. For those of you wondering about the diet stuff, like what diet are you doing, Josh? I'm doing keto, which is very few carbs and a lot of protein and a lot of fat. And I feel like I've done keto before, and usually end up falling off because there is, I love bread, and bread has a lot of carbs, and now they have keto bread. And DT's back. Good, we can stop talking about me. Hi, DT.
Uh, so I'm fucked. I think you guys might have just seen my fan die live on air.
No,
So
no.
I will have to. I'm gonna suffer through this podcast because I'm in for a bad time. But yeah, if
Let's
not
move
good,
on. Let's get going.
not
That way
good.
we can do this as quickly as possible.
So
That
you,
way.
you guys may see me start sweating and shit this podcast. But you know what? We're doing it. We're doing it for you. I'm doing it for you. Okay, viewer, listener, person here. Uh, yeah. If we want to if we want to move on to the news, let's
If you're
fucking
out
do
there
it.
watching, we got to get DT a fan stat. Somebody quit.
I dude, you know what I think is funny or not funny, but you know what I think is shitty is that literally right now as we're about to start, it just stopped. Like I like tried flipping it on and off and like moving the cord and everything, and it's just like it won't. Nothing's happening. So I'll have to figure that out later. But this sucks. Anyway, I don't want to. We'll just move
Let's
on.
get go. Let's
Move
get
on.
through this quickly.
I'm
We'll do.
gonna.
We're gonna make a
Yeah.
fast show for
I'm
DT's sake.
for so just so you guys know, I'm doing this for you. I'm gonna suffer through to today's episode for you, okay? Because I like doing the show, and because this is for you. Damn it! Let's do it, Josh.
Okay. Also, I forgot to put up the what we've been up to text, so I'm just gonna throw it up right here so you can see if we do a bookmark for it. Let's hit the gaming news, so that way we can move right along. We don't want to make DT suffer any more than he absolutely has to. So let's hit it. What do we got, DT?
So the first thing we have here is a story trailer for a game that releases tomorrow. It is the Saints Row, the story trailer. The reviews have been coming out, and from what I have seen, they have not been. This game is not getting reviewed the best. But the game releases tomorrow, and let's see what the story trailer has for us. Because again,
All
the game
right.
releases tomorrow, so let's see it. 3,
Let's check it
2,
out.
1, play.
You have more agency and power than the world wants you to know.
How do we make a statement? We want to be more than a street gang.
We just gotta be a little more creative.
Last time we got creative, people try to kill us.
To realize that power, there's something you need to do. You need to be your own boss.
It's our time now. Let's get this shit started.
The boss of your job
This company's nothing without me.
and the boss of your life.
There's no one I want more by my side than those guys.
Life is full of adversity and challenges.
We took on 2 crews at once and walked away just fine.
Guys, I was shot.
Your friends deserve better.
You really think you have what it takes to bring me in?
You deserve better. But only you can choose to adapt to what life throws your way.
You called for a ride? Good call. Let's get that money. We're starting a criminal empire. And now it's time for us to reap the benefits. I come for your crown.
Yeah, don't try to figure it out.
Yeah, point taken.
We're really good at what we do. We call ourselves the Saints.
All right.
So, what'd you think of that?
That's interesting. It's a little disappointing that the reviews coming out are not the best.
Yeah, I mean, since we're on the topic already, I can bring up some of the reviews here. So this one is from the AV Club, and they say Saints Row is a confusing game on multiple levels. I can't say I didn't have fun with it, but there's a compulsive pleasure in open world gaming that's hard to tamp down. No matter how intent the game seems to be on keeping its players from enjoying themselves too much, its tonal issues are weirdly a function of making its characters too likable instead of not enough. And it desperately wants you to think you're having fun without ever providing concrete steps towards giving players more to do than function in a very rote loop. So that's the AV one. Games Radar gave it a 3 out of 5. My Saints Row experience was enjoyable and more than occasionally frustrating. At times, it feels like Volition is on the cusp of a breakthrough in both social commentary and open world game mechanics, while at other times, it feels like it's upholding the status quo. I love the new cast of characters and what they represent to the marginalized community members who will play this game. And the story is compelling enough that I persevered in the face of some irritating bugs. There's a solid game here and plenty of fun to be had with the new Saints Row, but I find myself wishing the team had taken the concept and ran with it to the bank before robbing said bank, of course. NPR says this year's reboot of Saints Row presents a sunny sandbox bursting with heists, hijinks, and witty banter. While the series has always stood in the shadow of Grand Theft Auto, it shines when it does what it's always done best, trading GTA cynicism for gonzo humor and earnest character portraits. While never as rich or mechanically satisfying as GTA 5, the new Saints Row more than makes up for it with a pitch perfect balance of comedy and compelling storytelling. That is, if you can actually play it without game breaking bugs. So there seems to be kind of a theme here so far with a couple of reviews that I read, is that there's a very buggy game.
Mm.
Polygon says if you enjoyed previous Saints Row games, you'll probably like this one. And if you've never played one, this is a decent onboarding point. If you're a fan of Saints Row 2, but found the later entries into the series a little too aggressively bonkers, you should give the new Saints Row a try. It's still got that comedic series edge, but it doesn't break the knob off. It's worth noting, however, that even the game sometimes frustrated me. The core gameplay loop wasn't especially new or innovative. Saints Row was the first game I reviewed in years where I finished it, wrote the review, then went back and started playing it just for myself. So that's what Todd Harper over at Polygon said. BGC gave it a 2 out of 5, and they say there's actually a lot to do in the game, but it's just such open world number checking. Even the stuff that sounds great on paper, like the permanent wingsuit that allows you to bounce off pedestrians' heads to gain altitude, doesn't work quite right. There are large sections of Saints Row that could be written off as generic, inoffensive open world fluff, if not for the parade of bugs that greeted us throughout our time with the game. From the world not loading incorrectly, leaving us dangling in the shadow realm, to characters T-posing in the snipe to the sniper rifle scope being permanently plastered to the screen. It's an incredibly unstable game. The frame rate on the PS5 is also completely erratic. Ars
Weird.
Technica, yeah, it's a very buggy game. It seems like Ars Technica says previews suggested that this week's new series reboot, simply titled Saints Row, may wipe the slate clean to provide a fresh perspective on the crime spree genre. Instead, this game simply wipes the state clean. The slate. Jeez, I'm like misspelling words today, man.
It's the heat.
Or saying
You're
it.
overloaded.
Probably, and leaves it that way. Saints Row 2022 is a rare open world game that makes an average open world game the past 5 years and seem refreshing by comparison. Describing the game as a regression to the Xbox 360 era would be an insult to the late 2000s best open world adventures. Inverse gave it a 6 out of 10. This new entry feels like back-to-back basics reboot, but technical issues, bugs, and many more little frustrations conspire to make this a middling experience at launch. It's unfortunate because when Saints Row fires on all cylinders, it's an absolute blast with some truly lofty high points. While there is a day one patch coming, my experience was plagued by performance issues. Over my roughly 30-hour review period, the game hard crashed 7 times. On occasion, Deals made my character freeze, forcing me to exit and reload my save. Another time, an explosion caused my camera to get stuck pointed at the sky. And the last review I have here for you all today is from IGN, and they say, the new Saints Row has shed its shark-jumping silliness and smutty tendencies in favor of a return to its open-world gangland roots. While there's a decent amount of fun to be had chasing collectibles and causing chaos, Outdated mechanics and repetitive mission design meant that by the end of my time with the new Saints Row, I was desperate for something that could genuinely surprise me, like a slap to the face from a 40-inch dildo, says Tristan Ogilvy from IGN, who again gave it a 6 out of 10. So those are some reviews for the game right now. It just seems like it's a very, very, very buggy ass game at
Yep.
launch, or yeah.
So what that means is I'll give it time and I'll wait for a sale, even though I was interested in it. If it sounds like the previous Saints Rows, right? Like,
Yeah,
no,
that's
I
what they're
honestly,
saying. Yeah.
I don't expect a Saints Row game to get like 10 out of 10s, right? Like, it's just not going to. But
Mhm.
if you can still get in there and have fun, I think it's worth it, But I am gonna wait for a sale. I'm gonna wait for them to patch it up. There's no reason to hop in there and be like, I'm gonna pay top dollar for a buggy experience. Fuck no,
Yeah,
that's
no.
stupid.
No.
If they want me to pay top dollar, then it needs to be bug free at launch. Not bug free at launch, you're not getting top dollar. It's just that simple.
Straight up.
All right. What's next, DT?
All right. Next thing we have here is we have an update on Evil West.
What do we got?
So, Focus
right.
Entertainment over on Twitter said, "Dear players, first of all, we would like to thank you for your continued support and patience for Evil West. We are overwhelmed by the incredible reception the game has gotten so far from our trailers and the demo some of you played at PAX East. We're working our very best to achieve our vision of our vision of Evil West and to meet your expectations. Evil West releases on 5 platforms, including multiple generations of consoles. Giving our game more polish is crucial to provide our players with not only good but lasting memories. That's something we've always pursued. To ensure that the game reaches its full potential, we have made the decision to delay the worldwide launch of Evil West to November 22nd, 2022. We understand that game delays may be frustrating, but it's a necessary step to deliver the best experience to everyone. Thank you again for your awesome support and dedication. It drives us forward and pushes us to create the weirdest, wildest Western ride for you all. Flying Wild Hog, and Focus Entertainment."
Cool. Totally fine with that. Want good games,
The-
not buggy games. Saints Row, like after Saints Row, it's like, yeah, they
Yeah.
probably should delay too to get another
The-
like even a couple weeks.
The only thing that I could see this being a bad choice is that they're releasing it in November, and guess what? Guess what big game is coming out in November?
What's that?
God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, that's right.
And yeah, I think it's like around that time. So honestly, if I were them, I'd push it back till next year, probably, to be honest. Like, just give yourself that extra bit of time, because Ragnarok is coming out in November, and everybody's gonna be playing that, dude. Everybody who has a PS5.
Well,
is gonna be playing it.
they probably want to get in there for the holidays, right? Because I imagine a lot of people will be in there getting like lots of gifts for their kids and stuff. I'm sure a lot of people are going to get God of War Ragnarok for like Christmas. I need to have a look at the release calendar again to see everything that's coming out in time
See
for
what
like
else
the
is out.
holidays.
There's still some pretty, like, well, at least like
Because
games
I'll be
that I'm
honest,
interested in that I want to
there's
play
been
this year.
so many
Yeah.
like delays and stuff. I've lost track of everything.
No, that's
Whenever
fair.
when at the
Yeah.
start of the year, whenever we do our what's coming out this year and movies and stuff, and
That's-
everything ends up starting getting delayed, I get
Since-
so confused.
Yeah, no, I mean, since 2020, like those like start of the year things that we've done, everything has gotten pushed back. So it's like you never know when something's coming out, because we say it's coming out at one point, and then eventually, inevitably, things get moved. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But yeah, well, that is Evil West update getting pushed back to November. The next thing we have here is Guild Wars 2 is coming to Steam this week.
I play Guild Wars 2 sometimes. I own the game.
So they put out a little video here for it's coming to Steam. It's gonna be arriving on Steam tomorrow, August 23rd. So they have a little video here. I know, Josh, you played this. I've never actually played this, but now that it's on Steam, I might give it a go at some point. But let's play. This is only 40 seconds, so 3, 2, 1, play. Journey across Tyria.
I played the original Guild Wars as well. I love Guild Wars. It's cool.
Be who you want to be. Play your way. Begin your great adventure. Guild Wars, available on Steam tomorrow.
Yeah, DT, you should check it out. You like
I probably will. Yeah, I
fantasy
do.
stuff, and like I think the first little bit is like free, but they also have like expansions. They got 3 expansions. They got season passes and stuff too that you can get. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah.
it's also like you don't necessarily pick up quests. I think you can from like some things, but a lot of the questing in the game is like it's open world stuff. It's like there's an area over here that has a quest going on, so I'm gonna run over there and do it. You know, like it's that type of deal.
Yeah, it's a game that I've never played, but I've heard about it like from you, and because you said you played it and all that. But
Well, what was cool
yeah,
was
I
if you played the original Guild Wars, you could unlock like they in the last expansion that they did for the original Guild Wars, you could unlock things for Guild Wars 2. So like you would get like a certain number of pets, you could check those into this area. I can't remember what it was called, like a Hall of Trophies type of deal. You could check in and be like, "Hey, I got so many of these things from this original game. All right, when I play Guild Wars 2, it's going to unlock some armor skins, some sword skins that I can use on my character for free." That's pretty cool. That was one of the coolest things, I thought.
that's dope. Yeah.
I cut you off. What were you going to say? I apologize.
No, I've never played it. Like I said, I've heard of it. Like through you and all that, and I do like fantasy stuff. So I'll probably when I get the itch to try a new like MMO, I'll probably try it out. But let me read a couple of things here that is going to be happening here for the launch tomorrow. So
Okay.
Guild Wars 2 celebrates its 10th anniversary this month, and AreaNet is celebrating by introducing the MMORPG to Steam. Tomorrow, it'll be available on Steam for the first time ever. Since its launch in 2012, the game has only been accessible through Arena. I said AreaNet, but ArenaNet's launcher. Uh, Guild Wars 2 on Steam will retain its subscription-less free-to-play model. Additionally, that Steam players and those on the original client will play together on the same servers. If you're a newcomer wanting to catch up on the decades worth of content, a $100 bundle complete edition of the game will be available with 3 expansions in all 5 seasons. In addition to that, ArenaNet is introducing Twitch drops. So you can earn exclusive in-game character outfits, experience boosters, and a special glowing purple mask cosmetic by watching streamers play the game from August 23rd to the 28th.
Well, I know what I'm doing.
So, yep. I was gonna say, as soon as it said like purple mask, I'm like, oh, dude.
Hey,
Josh
Guild Wars
is
streamers,
all over
tomorrow,
that.
prepare for me to be lurking in your channel and not watching you play.
Oh yeah, Twitch drops, man. That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Honestly, Twitch drops is one of my favorite things about Twitch. Is like I'll fucking get drops
Yeah.
for games I don't even play yet.
Honestly, no, I do that too, dude. Because like eventually, I'm probably gonna try out the game, so might as well just get the drops now for it, right? I mean,
Like I got
Like,
the
that's probably
drops
what I'm-
for Sea of Thieves. I got the drops for the Path of Exile. This latest thing. So
yeah, same. And I'm gonna get the ones from this one, for this game. Even though I won't play it soon, I'll probably, just whenever I do feel like playing it, I'll have the drops. So, yeah. So again, the drops will be from tomorrow, August 23rd to the 28th. So you have about a week to get them all,
cool.
or to get it. But anyway, moving on from that, Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, is gonna be the next Marvel Avengers hero coming to the game. He'll come a part of the 2.7 match or patch. Jeez, what is wrong with me today? 2.7 patch. That'll be adding him as a character. The latest character that was added was Jane Foster's The Mighty Thor. More recently, I know we talked about her when she kind of was coming out for the game. It's been a while since I've actually played this. But I might have to reinstall it and give it a go, just to see like kind of how these characters play and how similar they are or different or anything, because like Avengers is, I know I say this like every time we bring it up, but it was one of those games where like I actually genuinely really enjoyed the story of it, but like the multiplayer stuff got so repetitive and so like it was like you're doing the same shit over and over again for like no reason, that it just got old after a while. So I hope, I say I hope, but like, at this point it's probably too late, but it would be
My-
nice if they just mixed it up, but
My
I
big
don't know.
thing with the game is like it got repetitive, right, with the multiplayer and like things where felt like they have like so much HP, and
Yeah.
The game is gigantic. It takes up so much
Yeah,
space.
it's a huge game. Yeah, it is a huge game. But I mean, regardless of all that, I think it's cool that they're still adding characters. You know, they haven't just abandoned it. But you know,
Yeah. Keep working,
because you
keep
know
refining. You never know.
we've seen that happen. Yeah, you never know. Maybe they can you know recorrect the course on this one. But that's cool. Bucky is a character that should be in a lot of Marvel games. Like you
I
know, it's
agree.
funny. I was talking to Majin last night, one of our friends, Majin Sean, and we were talking about like the Fortnite battle passes and stuff because the current one is like going to be ending next month, and we're like, oh well, what's going to be the next one? And it's like there was rumors that it might be another Marvel one, and I'm just like, if they do another Marvel one, like they have all these like characters like Doctor Strange and like all these people that don't use guns. But like, if you're gonna have Marvel characters in Fortnite, how the hell do you not have the Winter Soldier, Punisher, War Machine, like these characters that will actually make sense for them to have guns into your game? So it's just like it just reminded me of like, yeah, like they dude, put Bucky in Fortnite, man.
Yeah.
He's one of the few characters that actually makes sense to have a gun, and you don't have him in the game. What the hell? But anyway, I just something I thought was like they need to do that. But anyway. Moving on from that, uh, this is some big news, and it's not just gaming news here that we're gonna be talking about. It's like just IP rights in general. But the
Yes.
Embracer Group strikes again. The Swedish video game company Embracer Group has acquired Middle Earth Enterprises, a division of the Saul Zaentz company, which owns the intellectual property catalog worldwide rights to the Lord of the Rings trilogy and The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. The financial terms of the acquisition were not disclosed, but the deal means that the Embracer Group will pick up motion picture, video game, board game, merchandising, theme park, stage production rights relating all to the Middle Earth universe and other literary works authorized by the Tolkien estate and HarperCollins, which have yet to be explored. The Embracer Group, Lars Wingfors said, I am truly excited to have Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, one of the world's most epic fantasy franchises, join the Embracer family, opening up more transmedia opportunities, including synergies across our global group, said founder and group CEO of the Embracer Group, Lars Wingsford said, like I said. I'm thrilled to see what lies in the future for this IP with Freemode and Asmodee as a start within the group. Going forward, we will look forward to collaborating with both existing and new external licensees of our increasingly stronger IP portfolio. So that's crazy, dude. That the Embracer Group now has Lord of the Rings as a part of their, just collection of things that they own. There's speaking of Fortnite, there's been rumors that Lord of the Rings is going to be collaborating with Fortnite, and I could see it happening now that the Embracer Group owns them. So we'll see what
Yeah.
happens, man. I for one am all for more Lord of the Rings. As long as you don't make games like Gollum, then I'm good, But for the most part, more Lord of the Rings is going to be great. So I think this is cool.
For sure. For sure. Like I missed
Now we have
the
some what?
I was just gonna say I missed the Lord of the Rings RTS games. I used to play those a lot.
I used to play fucking was it Battle for Middle Earth 2 is the one I
Yeah,
played
those
a
are the
lot.
ones. I like those, yeah. Alright,
Those are cool.
what's next?
Yeah. Next up, we have some hero spotlights and gameplay showcases for both Wolverine and Scarlet Witch in Marvel's Midnight Suns. So we can check them out. First, I have we had hero spotlights, and then we can check out the gameplay showcases.
Oh, let's check them out. I haven't watched
So again,
any of these.
first we got the hero spotlights. Because I know last week we did the Captain Marvel one, so now we got these two other ones to watch. So let's check them out. They're pretty short videos, so if you're ready, we can do the
I'm ready.
Wolverine one first. All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
No escape this time. uglier every time I see you.
Man, that gold and black outfit looks so
words.
dope.
It's pretty badass.
Cool.
MidnightSuns.com. All right. So that's the Wolverine one. Then we got the Scarlet Witch one.
You may fire when ready.
All right. Three, two, one, play.
No one escapes the Scarlet Witch. It's time you see what I'm capable of.
I'm not sure I like being the center of attention.
You will be no more.
Did everyone
Nope.
see that?
I don't think it matters what outfit it is, as long as it's black and
Now we
gold. It
know
just
what
looks
that
tough.
does.
I mean, it's a good color combo for sure.
No escape.
Also, I'll be honest, I wasn't
No
sure, or I
more.
either forgot that she was in this game as like a character, because
Well,
it just seems like she wouldn't be one for this. But I don't know. I guess
I'm still not
yeah.
100% sure if we know everybody that's going to be in it. Like, there may be some that they're holding back, and it already seems like it's got a big roster.
Yeah.
All right.
Now we have gameplay showcases. Yeah, so we
Ooh,
got
these are
one.
long.
These are a bit longer. Yeah. So the Wolverine one is about 6 minutes, and the Wanda or the Scarlet Witch one's 5 minutes. So we'll check them out. We can do the Wolverine one first. 3, 2, 1, play.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another superhero showcase for Marvel's Midnight Suns. My name is Christopher Odd and I run the channel by the same name. As always, thanks to Marvel and 2K for partnering on this series. Now, time to get serious.
So there you go, Wolverine, man.
Does the name Weapon X ring a bell? How about the Berserker? Or maybe you know him by the truly terrifying moniker, the Canadian Can Opener. Just joshing, eh? Made that one up to keep you on your toes and make sure it's known that I share my nationality.
The
with
Canadian
his
Can
superhero.
Opener, eh?
A man with one of the darker backstories of those we've covered so far. That man is none other than James Logan Howlett, or as you probably know him, Wolverine.
You got one thing right today, Sabretooth. Heads are definitely about to
I like that they
roll.
kept like the usual voice actor
You may
for
have some
Wolverine.
assumptions about
you know?
Wolverine's playstyle, and you might be right about some of them. But to
I mean,
clarify,
that voice is
he
just
is
so
focused
good.
on using his adamantium claws
Yeah.
to chain damage between multiple targets. He'll taunt enemies, and most importantly, he's got a nice little self-healing
'Cause, I mean, how could you
mechanic,
replace
but
Steve Blum,
there's a
dude?
twist
It's
in
too
there.
good.
More on that later. Like other superheroes with chaining, he makes for a fantastic recipient of combat items.
Look at
and
Blade,
other
man.
buffs
Blade
that he
looks
can
cool,
use
too.
during his chains for max efficiency. And squads with Wolverine are really going to benefit from somebody who deals high single-target damage. But Wolverine does have
Lethal
a few
pounce.
cards with a mechanic we haven't covered yet called Full Combo. Let's get into
Actually,
that.
I'm looking
Full
forward
combo.
to this game
The
when
first
it comes
attack we're
out.
going to explore is
Yeah,
one of
looks
Logan's chain
pretty
attacks
cool.
called Lethal Pounce. Now, obviously, hitting multiple targets with one card is great.
You got
know
to do an
what's
XCOM
great?
run with this game.
Options. What if instead
Right.
of using your chain to hit multiple enemies,
Which
you really
is,
just wanted to punish one of them?
do you think they're
Full
gonna do
combos
modding
like
for this
that.
one too,
If
like
you
they did with
choose to
XCOM?
use all of Lethal
Oh, I have
Pounce's
no
attacks on a
idea.
single target,
Because that's something we
then
hadn't
you're
talked
gonna
about
gain
at all, you
strengthen,
know, and
which
that's
boosts your
you know,
damage
made by the
50%.
same guys, so
Pretty
it's like,
solid
huh.
opener if you ask me.
I don't know if they'll
If you
make
decide you're
it
gonna take out
as
multiple minions, that's also
accessible
well
as it
done
was
in
with
my book.
XCOM.
All
I
in
think
all, this
mods
card's
will
a solid
happen.
staple for
Like,
Wolverine
just about
deck.
anything
Yeah.
that comes out on
The
PC
upgrades
get
grant
mods,
even more
but
damage.
Well, yeah.
If you see on screen here, one of the late game mods can add
I don't know
heat
if they'll
to your
support it the way
enemies.
they
If you
did
got
with
something like
XCOM.
that, you may want to share the love and ignore full
got you.
combo.
They went
Just
real
depends
far
on
with
the
the
That makes
XCOM.
sense.
Again,
Yeah, well, that
nice.
makes sense because this is the
Now, in the intro, I
licensed
mentioned that
game and all
Wolverine
that.
can
But
self-heal with a twist. Well, if you spend enough time with him in the Abbey, you'll be able to unlock and
Look at that,
upgrade
man.
his
Just
passive called
talking.
Healing Factor. Just be careful when you're hugging him, or actually just be careful around him at all times. The claws aren't toys, I'm serious. At level 1, his passive is going to trigger every time you use Redraw on a Wolverine card, and that's going to grant you some health. At level 2, it's going to grant even more health, which keeps him alive significantly longer. Starts to feel truly unkillable. And speaking of that, the twist.
the stink of
In
fear.
Midnight Suns, you get 1 or 2 revives every fight, depending on different factors like combat items, etc. Well, Wolverine, he doesn't go down easy. And if he does, he's not staying down for long. If Wolverine does go down, you'll immediately draw the Rapid Regeneration card, which allows you to revive him. But hopefully you've been planning ahead, because you're going to need 2 heroism for it. And although the card doesn't use up a card play, you're only going to get this card once per combat.
I like how we're seeing like multiple outfits throughout this gameplay.
In the Dark Phoenix saga, Wolverine
trailer
once said, "Okay,
showcase
suckers,
as well.
taking your best shot. Now it's my turn." I feel like this perfectly sums up Wolverine's whole vibe. He's an angry tank.
Yeah, he seems pretty
Instead,
badass though, man.
Enter Rapid Healing. It's not just a heal. It's got another twist.
Oh.
Of course, playing Rapid Healing will restore 50% health to Logan, but it will also cure him of any other negative status effects. Well, what's the twist here? Remember, Wolverine doesn't go down easy. So even when he's incapacitated or unable to act,
he said,
he can still play this card, which normally would not be the case. That's insane.
Unleashed.
Oh, we're not done.
Oh, hero
upgrades
combo.
To replenish 75% of his health. Oh, and it can gain +1 redraw as a potential
Cure all
late
negative
game
status
mod.
effects.
Oh, and it generates heroism. Yeah, it's pretty good. Speaking of heroism, notice how most of his abilities have really low heroism cost? Let's hear your thought in the comments about who would pair well with Wolverine and take advantage of that heroism buildup, based on what we know so far. Now, wait a second. Do you guys smell that? No? It smells like one of my favorite skills in all of Marvel's.
Oh, here we go, dude.
That's
We're
right.
about to see some gangster shit going on right now.
Besides having quite literally the best animation in the game, the actual gameplay implication smells beautiful too. Stink of Fear will taunt every enemy in an area and grants Wolverine counter. You get a claw.
Oh, counter, dude? That's pretty dope.
Everybody
Yeah, that's
gets
cool.
a claw. On upgrade, you'll be applying weak to every enemy.
Dude, he seems
targeted.
like kind
And one of the
of
potential late game mods could
kind of
grant
pretty
you
strong.
an extra
OP,
move on
dude.
the
Yeah,
turn. I just want to play the animation for you one more time.
makes sense because he's Wolverine, but like, damn.
That is one of the things they've talked about in this game is they want heroes to feel like heroes, right? So
Yeah, well, they should, dude, because that's. I feel like that's one of the things in most superhero games where it's just like. I hate to bring up Avengers again, but it's like I remember playing as the Hulk, and you just like I should be like tossing these fucking robots all over the damn place, you know. And I know that's tough to find the balance in like video games and stuff, but like it just it just doesn't make sense, man. Like sometimes some of the shit that goes on.
And as he continues attacking, he continuously does higher amounts of damage. The upgrade for this is great too because you'll be able to refund heroism for each knockout, and one of the late game mods can even add weak. There's a lot of great situational uses for this, but pick your timing wisely because this card will be exhausted when played, as we've seen with other extremely powerful cards. So that's our Canadian on the squad, and I'm proud to say he's representing us really well. Keep it up, Logan. Wolverine will make for a great addition to many squads. I think he's going to be a fan favorite, to be honest. Thanks again for watching these videos, everyone. If you're not subscribed to the Marvel Midnight Suns channel or my
like
own,
really
what are you waiting
badass.
for? You don't want Logan to be angry, do you?
yeah,
Got
that
a lot
looks.
more content to show you.
I'm actually
Yeah,
really
look at him
Marvel's
just go ham on
Midnight
that shit.
Suns.
Look at that.
It's been an
God
absolute
damn.
pleasure showcasing Wolverine today. My name is Christopher Rod, and before wrapping up, I want to thank
Jeez, he
Marvel
beat the
and 2K
dog shit out of
for working with me
Sabretooth.
on this series. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Nice.
Keep
Well,
those
that's the
claws
Wolverine
sharp,
gameplay
and we'll see
showcase.
you
We have
in
another
the
one
next
for Scarlet Witch.
All right, let me get that one open. Well,
Let's
Scarlet
check
Witch has
that one
got
out.
magic. They better. I wonder if she's gonna be fucking OP as shit. Witchery. What witchery is this? All right.
Witcher. Okay, yeah. So 3, 2, 1, play.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Marvel's Midnight Suns superhero showcase. My name is Christopher Rod, and I'm honored to be your host for the series brought to
Here
you
we go.
by Marvel and 2K. A couple episodes ago, I mentioned that Captain Marvel was regarded by many as the strongest Avenger ever. And while that may be true in terms of raw physical strength, today's superhero is on a totally different plane of existence. The Lady in Red herself, the Mistress of Magic, today's superhero showcase is featuring Wanda Maximoff, aka Scarlet Witch.
Yes. Are you?
Let's put a pin in
Tony
that.
Of all the
Stank.
heroes showcased thus far, Scarlet Witch relies on positioning the most. You'll notice that most of her moveset is focused on AoE attacks. And this area may be centered around Wanda or an enemy target, but know this, she requires more planning than other heroes on the roster. You'll be well rewarded though, as her legend does hold true. She's extremely powerful in the right hands, and those hands, my friend, are yours. Wanda strikes a nice balance between
Nice.
damage, enemy control, and support, but would definitely benefit from being paired with someone capable of high single target damage. Now we know one thing. You do not want to oppose Scarlet Witch. So let's start by highlighting one of her team buffs before we get a little bit more dangerous. For 2 turns after casting Chaos Field, allies near Scarlet Witch are going to gain 1 resist at the end of the turn. That's a pretty good deal for a card that costs no heroism and actually generates an above average amount too. On upgrade, Wanda will actually heal her nearby squad mates as well. A late game mod could even add the ability to gain counter on redrawing Chaos Field, making it even more valuable. Not known for being the most approachable person in the universe, Scarlet Witch is still worth buddying up to. If you manage to get on her good side, you're going to unlock her passive skill called Wrong Place, Wrong Time. Positioning, positioning, positioning. Where to place Scarlet Witch will be your most important decision when she's on the squad. If you can surround her with enemies, there's a 25% chance to apply a negative status effect to a random enemy near Scarlet Witch each turn. At level 2, the upgrade stays at a 25% trigger rate, but if you're lucky, you're going to see every single enemy in her AoE receive a negative status effect. Obviously, being one of the most powerful magic wielders on the planet has its perks, unless you're Hydra, in which case you're going to have a bad time. And thanks to Chaos Reigns, affected Hydra units may not even comprehend why. One of the more unique heroic cards in the roster, Wanda is capable of turning the enemies against each other. After all, why waste your time hitting enemies when they can do that job for you? After playing Chaos Reigns, you'll target, now wait for it, an AoE, because remember, that's like her whole thing. And enemies in that AoE will start attacking each other. On upgrade, you'll actually add a 50% chance for each enemy to attack twice, and one of the late game mods could see the card gaining a redraw mechanic to grant you some health. Now we're actually going to skip ahead from the normal formula and cover Wanda's Golden Midnight Sun's heroic ability. The aptly titled No More heroic card is the ultimate sacrifice to save your friends and destroy as many Hydra as you can. Scarlet Witch will consume all of her health to deal that amount in damage to each enemy near her. Now this can only be done once, as the card will be exhausted, but more importantly, you'll need to think about when you want to do this. Remember that in Marvel's Midnight Suns, you'll have a limited amount of revives. I wonder if there are any combat items you might want to bring along with you. I wonder if there's anybody that can restore combat items for you. Possibilities. Now, the No More card does have a nice upgrade path too. The first upgrade will see you drawing a card for each knockout that happens, and one of the late game mods would allow you to hold the card and redraw it to cure Wanda. Hopefully I've demonstrated to you that the Emperor of Magic is a fully capable AoE focused hero, but you're wondering if that AoE isn't a bit too limited? Well, I got you, fam. Unleashed increases the size of Wanda's AoE abilities by 25% for the next 2 turns. On upgrade, that goes to 40%. Oh, and in case you're wondering, that can continuously stack if you're able to draw it frequently. That's all.
Yeah, I'm looking at everybody's like black and gold outfits, and
Enjoy.
they're all
That brings us
just
to the end of the
badass. They're all
Scarlet Witch
fire.
superhero deep dive. As mentioned previously, her playstyle is quite a bit different to heroes we've covered so far, but as with most things, if you invest the time to get to know her skill set,
Well, there you go. You gotta be a little bit more strategic with Wanda. But if you know how to use her, you can fuck shit up.
Yeah, anytime a character has I will sacrifice all my health to knock out a bunch of people, you have to be, you really have to plan that shit out.
Yeah.
We've got a ton of stuff to show you on the road to release. Thanks again to
Well, that's
Marvel
cool.
and
They're
2K
just
for
gonna
working
keep
on this
pumping these
project.
out, and
See
we'll
you
probably watch
again
them on stream, you know.
soon.
So stay tuned for that. But that's the last one we got for Marvel's Midnight Suns for now. Let us know what you guys think about this game. Josh will probably be checking it out out of the two of us. And yeah, I'm sure he'll let you guys know what he thinks.
For sure.
But it's cool. Yeah. Moving on from that, we have some more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet news. Yeah, let's see what we got here. So Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, competitive play trailer reveals new Pokemon moves and items. So if you want to check this video out, Josh, it's like a minute 48. We'll check it out here.
Okay, I am ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
That is
Pokemon
really loud.
Scarlet, Pokemon Violet.
Whew. Sorry,
New
guys, that
additions
was
bring
really
more
loud.
excitement to Pokemon battles. So Cyclizar is a new dragon type for this generation. Get to see a little bit of the fighting in this trailer here. So some of the moves and items that we get to see in this trailer that are new include Shed Tail, which is basically, well, it basically creates a substitute, then it swaps places with a party Pokemon in waiting. We have Terra Blast, which changes the type when the user has Terra Stylized. And we have an item called Loaded Dice, which makes multi-strike moves more likely to hit more times. There's Terra Blast in action. And then the last item we have here is Mirror Herb, which copies an opponent's stat increases when consumed. But yeah, we got to see a new Pokemon in that, and some new moves and items. So yeah, a little bit more from Pokemon, the upcoming Pokemon net game. I feel like this generation, for me personally, like of Pokemon, has had more interesting, cooler looking Pokemon than the past couple of the other ones. Because I don't remember a generation before this one, like in a hot minute, that I'm like, oh man, those are all look like because this generation, I feel like every Pokemon they come out with, I'm like, oh man, it's actually kind of neat looking, you know, like that's pretty cool. So I don't know, that's just me. That's just how I think though about this gen so far. All the Pokemon look pretty good. But yeah. Any thoughts on that, Josh?
No, just looking forward to it. It's gonna be it's strange to see Pokemon like that when I'm so used to like the top down views, especially with like I know I played a little bit of the last one that kind of came out, which seemed to be more of an experiment, and now this is more like we put more time in it, and I look forward to it. I mean, I like Pokemon just fine. I'm not a super fan like some of our fellow friends out there are. Mm-hmm. They know way more than I do.
Yeah. All right. Moving on from that, we have a Kino Bridge of Spirits anniversary update out next month alongside its Steam debut. So it's been a Epic exclusive on PC up until this point. And there will be PS5, PS4, and PC editions of this game. On September 27th, there'll be an update, a big anniversary update coming on September 27th, like I said. But there's a little bit of a trailer here that we can play here. This is a game that I have not played yet, but I will have on my list. I plan on playing it eventually. Now that it's on Steam, I will want to pick it up at some point. But yeah, let's see what this little 2-minute anniversary trailer is all about. So if you're ready, Josh, 3,
I am ready.
2, 1.
New hats. Oh boy.
Oh damn. New outfits. Look at that. They all look cool, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I think they all look cool. Cosmetics. Charm stones. Spirit Guide trials. New game plus. Wow. So this is all stuff coming to the update. New game plus. Replay with your favorite abilities. Yeah, this game looks beautiful, man. I honestly like. I really want to play this game.
Hell yeah.
New abilities. That's cool. I like that one. Charm stones to modify combat. Furry Guide challenge trials. Enhanced photo mode. Nice. Level good photo mode.
Yeah, I always love photo modes. Especially in a game that looks like this, you know, like an actual fucking movie.
Game.
I sense suffering in yours.
Ooh, a new adventure.
Do you need help?
Yeah, that looks awesome, dude. I have been wanting to play this game since it was announced. So I definitely want to play this because it looks really, really cool.
Damn, look at the samurai armor. Check that out.
Oh shit, look at that.
Oh, that's cool.
Dang. Wow.
Ghosts of Kina.
Yeah, that looks really dope.
Yeah, that's cool.
The only
I
thing
also want to play this.
The only thing that armor though is they said it's an exclusive to the deluxe edition.
Yeah.
But
Pain.
all right. Anyway, we have a couple few last things here to talk about for the gaming news for the week. One of them is the Game Awards returns this December because of course they are. But the reason we're talking about it is because we now have a date for the show. So the Game Awards will return for its 9th annual show this December. More specifically, the Game Awards 2022 will air live on Thursday, December 8th, 2022. So clear your evening for December 8th of this year. That's on a Thursday. It'll be happening live in person, and it'll be live streamed to 40 different digital platforms worldwide, including YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok Live. The show is aiming to break its own records again this year after reaching new heights in viewership last year with an audience of 85 million people. Yeah, that's cool. I can't wait. I really
Oh, I love the Game Awards.
enjoy streaming this, and shout out to Keely because I literally got my email today for Gamescom tomorrow, which I'll be streaming. I signed up for the the co-stream stuff, so I got my streamer co-stream kit, so I gotta set up all that stuff later today for tomorrow, so I'm ready for Gamescom if you guys want to check that out with me. But yeah, the Game Awards, man, that's we always enjoy watching that. It's always a good time. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. I definitely look forward to it. I wonder what's gonna be up for Game of the Year this year. I haven't really played too many games that have come out this year. But I have at least one that I will be playing maybe soonish. Elden Ring. So I know that's probably gonna be up for Game of the Year, if not win it. So yeah. But yeah, I makes me want to play more games from this year because it's like, all right,
Yeah.
this is happening now. Like,
We're getting that time. We're getting that time where it's like, all right, we're getting ready for the end of the year. I need to watch shows I missed, movies I missed, and games that I missed. All those things.
Yeah, for sure.
And there will definitely be reveals there too. They always do some reveals, and that's always fun. They almost always have something, usually from BioWare. And if I had to guess on something this year for that, which I'm sure we'll do predictions later on, but if I were to predict something now, they gotta show something of Dragon Age there, right? If there's not anything between now and the Game Awards, there's got to be a trailer. There's got to be something. Or I'm gonna be very worried.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We shall see. You would think so, right? Because they've been working on that one for how many years now?
Wow. Feels
anyway.
like.
What else we got, Josh?
The last thing we have is I threw this in here just a minute ago because it is kind of a big deal. The Total Warhammer 3 patch comes out tomorrow, the big one. The 2.0 update. The blood will be in there, but the biggest thing that's going to be in there is the new Immortal Empires game mode, which is going to be huge. So I put a video in here. It's about 4 minutes long. We'll watch it because that's going to be like the big thing. So I want to see if they talk about that in here without me attempting to explain it. If they don't, I will have to attempt to explain it, and it's going to be terrible. But let's check this out, DT, if you want to count us down on it.
Yeah. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Total War Warhammer 3 Patch 2.0 has arrived. In addition to bringing you the Champions of Chaos DLC, the Blood Pact DLC, and the first beta access to Immortal Empires DLC, we're updating the core game to align each of the releases. These additions will be free for all players. The Warriors of Chaos will be receiving a campaign rework thanks to our 4 new legendary lords, with new faction mechanics including Chaos Gifts to provide god-given boosts for your faction, a vassal-based settlement structure with dark fortresses and altars to act as the bloodline for your armies, warband recruitment to hire mercenaries from around the world, warband upgrades to level up your units with their experience in the battlefield, and Path to Glory, where dedicated characters will be able to gather boons and advance their power with a Mark of Chaos. Visual changes have been made, including hand-drawn occupation images for all factions, and an improved war coordination interface with quick access to all your allies and vassals. We also have a visual update for the Chaos Knights of Siege and the Doom Knights of Siege, visual updates for Lore of Death and Lore of Metal, and a size increase for the Chaos War Steeds, as well as new combat animations for Archaon the Everchosen. We've also tweaked the UI of the game to add more variety to the colour palette. On the Realm of Chaos map, 4 new provinces have been added: the Northern Wastelands, Albion, Marches of Corun, and Middle Mountains. The 4 Champions of Chaos will be present on the map, but will not participate in the race for Ursun, pursuing their own agendas. Several new factions now present on the map as AI, including the Marches of Corun, led by Lure and Leoncourt's vassal, Earl Adalbert, and Wintertooth, led by Throg, the Troll King. Wei Jin is now a 10-slot settlement for Cathay, and with the arrival of Azazel, Kurgan warband spawn rates have been further reduced north of the Bastion, and they can no longer declare war on most Chaos-aligned factions. Automatic declaration of war against non-demon factions has been removed from Khorne, Siege, Demons of Chaos and Nurgle. Allies can now be given an Occupy request in addition to Attack and Defend, which will encourage them to actively claim the settlement, including ruined settlements. Confederation has now been rebalanced, and Allied outposts can now be built outside of their province capitals. Battle reinforcement times now always accurate without any leeway. The Immortality skill now unlocks automatically at rank 20 for all characters. Demon Prince no longer requires demonic glory to access mortal units, and vassals formed by Slaanesh will now never rebel and should always join wars alongside their master, and come with an increase in income. Boris Ursus now receives reduced penalties from Chaos Wasteland climates, and generates devotion when holding Chaos Wasteland settlements. The Poison Chaos Warhounds unit will be available in the core game for Kugath. And we've shifted a lot of the potential movement range bonuses from Scarbrand so that they start off a little bit lower and instead build up more over time over the course of the campaign, slowing down Scarbrand's initial rush potential while preserving the ability to pull off massive combos later on. And finally, for those who own Warhammer 1 and 2 and have access to the Immortal Empires campaign, all legacy battle content for the previous 2 games has been brought across to Warhammer 3, with it being re-implemented, reworked, and rebalanced to fight against the newer races of the trilogy, including reload time calculation adjustments, changes to healing abilities, tweaks to shared spell laws, and adjustments to individual unit stats across all races. A big focus for patch 2.0 is squashing those pesky bugs. Fixes include, but are not limited to, no more crashes for characters with non-standard characters in their names. Vassals are now more reliable for the player, and potential attackers will take into account who rules over them. Collision from corpses in battle has also been removed to stop entities getting stuck. Performance boosts in battles when units destroy incidental buildings, that's things like fences, crates and market stalls. And lastly, the defense bonus from formation attack is now shown in the UI. We hope you enjoy these new additions to the game. Read the full changelog for patch 2.0 on August 23rd at totalwar.com.
Okay. So lots of good changes in there. I'm just gonna read what the Immortal Empires is for those of you that are not Warhammer fans. It'll be really quick. It says Immortal Empires is a new grand scale campaign mode for Total War Warhammer 3, available for free to owners of all 3 Total Warhammer titles. It combines the land masses, legendary lords, war units, and more from the series into one colossal mode spread across the Warhammer world. It is the most complete and definitive Warhammer strategy experience ever conceived. That releases tomorrow. So it says, if I own all 3 games, does this mean I have access to all of the content, races, factions, etc. in Immortal Empires? Owning the base games of all 3 Total Warhammer titles will only grant you access to the selection of races, legendary lords available in those given games. You need to purchase DLC for those games to access the respective races and factions in Immortal Empires. But what's so cool about Immortal Empires, guys, is that it's taken the 3 games, merging them into one big, gigantic, massive game, and it's gonna be a little crazy. It's gonna be a little crazy.
Sounds like, man, that's crazy, dude.
On top of that, I think cool. it's got multiplayer, I believe. It will support up to 8 players in multiplayer. I messaged our good boy Thacker the other day, or I was talking to him in voice chat. I told Thacker, I said, send the Ravens, Thacker. And he has sent the Ravens. We are going to have a crew to play Total Warhammer, the Immortal Empires, in multiplayer. So that'll probably be starting up soon. So we'll be talking about that, I'm sure, on the Cantinas to come. So yeah, that's it for the gaming news, I believe, everybody. I think that's everything, unless DT has anything else. I've also lost my...
No, that's it.
OBS?
That's it. That's it for gaming, man. That's all we got.
All right, we're going to swap over to the TV news.
Yep.
Boom. We're in the TV news section now. And,
all right, this is gonna be quick because we only have a few things. So this trailer that we got coming up, I have not seen. I was gonna react to it, but you know what? I'll just save it for the podcast. So I'm gonna get my reaction.
I have not seen it yet either.
So here we go. I'm actually really excited for this. So yeah, you guys are gonna see. So if you're ready, Josh.
I'm ready. Fire.
Let's play this in 3, 2, 1, play.
This is what we're up against. This is how everyone sees him. As some kind of philanthropist out to save the kids of the valley. Terry Silver.
So this is the official trailer for Cobra Kai Season 5, which comes out like in less than a month, baby.
It's Michaela.
Whatever. I washed my hands at Cobra Kai when we lost the tournament.
2.5 weeks.
As of today, I am shutting down Miyagi-Do Karate.
This can't be your plan.
With Johnny gone, it's on me to fix this.
1 star? Because the car smelled like beer. It's because there is beer, asshole.
Fucking Johnny, dude.
Hello, Johnny.
Cobra Kai now has more students than ever before. That means we'll need more senseis.
Terry out here balling, man.
Bigger than just the
right.
valley.
Everything was supposed to be better after the tournament. It's only getting worse.
I know how things can start out from nothing and get bigger and bigger until all you feel is hate.
I want you guys to get along. We're all friends now.
We're not friends. We never will be.
Damn.
Silver's dividing and conquering.
If this continues, all that we have fought for will not even be memory.
I need you to see which of my students are ready to take the next step.
Good. You really won't stop.
You need to let me and Chosen handle this. It's the only way to make it all end.
Fine. Handle it.
All we gotta do is get our hands dirty. If you continue down this path, nothing in your life will ever be the same again.
Adult classes are on Wednesday.
Oh,
We're not here to
shit.
take a lesson. We're here to teach you one.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm happy to hear that you're doing well with the others.
Yeah, well, I make friends pretty easily.
Oh shit.
I find that
Damn,
a
dude,
little
old man
kindness
Kreese.
goes a long way.
Oh, man, he's got that old man strength.
This is gonna be a beautiful birthday gift for me because this comes out a day before my birthday, so I am
I
ready.
I
I'm
cannot
ready.
wait, dude. Fucking Chosen Johnny team up, bro. Let's go. There's gonna be ass whippings all over the place. Somebody's gonna get killed in this fucking show.
I mean, it's surprising that somebody hasn't already, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, it looks awesome. I can't wait, dude. It's gonna be dope.
Oh, it looks great. I can't. I'm so thrilled. Okay. What's next?
Next up, we have some news of Lord of the Rings of Power. It's going to debut with 2 episodes. The season will end before House of the Dragon finale. So, on week 1, it'll be releasing on 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern on Thursday, September 1st. Then on week 2, it'll be, I guess, the same. So some of these things are gonna change for several time zones, I guess, but I'm trying to see that what the different, like, it says 9 p.m. Pacific. Okay, so I get it now. So week 1, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. Week 2 until the finale, they're gonna be coming out at 9 p.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. Eastern. So the first episode comes out early, or the first 2 episodes come out early, and then the rest of them are gonna come out later.
Got it.
So that's what it's gonna be. So yeah, cool. That's exciting. This is another show I'm really excited about because I love Lord of the Rings, so I can't wait.
Yeah. All right.
Very, very hype. Also interesting that it's airs after House of the Dragon, but it's gonna end before it's still, like it's still not out yet. And House of the Dragon already has first episode, and it's still gonna end before that.
I got you. It's however they want to do it, I guess.
The last thing we have here for the TV news really quickly is we have Obi-Wan Kenobi, A Jedi's Return. We have a trailer and a poster. So what this is a behind the scenes making of documentary for the making of Obi-Wan Kenobi. It'll be streaming on September 8th, and we have a little bit of a poster here. Kind of cool. When I first saw this announced, I almost thought it was an announcement for season 2 because the name, like even the subtitle with like A Jedi's Return, I was like, oh shit, they're doing a season 2. But it's like, nope, it's just the documentary, which is fine. I mean, I love, we just watched Light and Magic not long ago, which we loved, and I like watching behind the scenes shit. So
I do too.
I'm all for it. I
love
eat
the
all
docs and the behind the scenes stuff. It's great.
So I'm gonna be here for this. This comes out September 8th on Disney Plus Day. We got a lot of stuff coming out next month, and I'm really excited for a lot of it. So yeah. So that's the poster. We have a little trailer that I haven't seen either, but we're gonna check it out right now. So Josh, it's a minute 17. Let's give it a go here. 3, 2, 1, play. There he is.
I remember clearly the first time I saw Star Wars.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
It's
Hey,
a surreal
Hayden.
world to be a part of.
Our boys.
Coming back to it after all these years.
Look at that, man.
Was very meaningful to me.
I can't wait to watch
My
this.
first day on set, I shouted, Obi-Wan! I saw a hand go up.
I feel hugely fortunate to be able to do this, but also a big responsibility to trying to do it right.
Obi-Wan Kenobi is an iconic character. I don't think I'd imagined the scale of the series.
It blew my mind. So many people have such an emotional relationship to the Star Wars galaxy. It's in everybody's life.
There you go. Disney Plus Day, September 8th. I cannot wait, dude. That looks fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, that looks pretty dope. I love those. Got a little emotional,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah. But that's our TV news. Little quick, little, a couple things. We had Cobra Kai, Lord of the Rings, and Star Wars. So I mean, all shit I love. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Movie news is gonna be really quick as well. So we might as well just go over that and
Let's
then
do
go
it.
on our break. So let's get it. So the first thing we have for the movie news is we have another Disney ride adaptation in the works. This one is from Big Thunder Mountain. A Big Thunder Mountain movie in the works from the Hawkeye duo, Bert and Birdie. Also, I don't know if you changed the from the TV to movie news,
Oh,
Josh, but
it's okay. I'll flop it when we go back.
yeah, but yeah, we have so the duo behind Hawkeye is gonna be doing this movie. We know that Disney loves doing movies all based off the rides. They've done Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean. They've done like Tomorrowland, and they're continuing on with their quest of making more money. And yeah, so the Big Thunder Mountain is is a ride at multiple Disney parks locations. It's like a mining town amid the gold rush of the 1800s. Uh, so it's gonna be that kind of vibe, which could be interesting. We'll see. I mean, I haven't like hated most of their ride movies. Like Pirates of the Caribbean is easily my favorite one out
Mm-hmm.
of all of them. They've done other stuff like Jungle Cruise, which was okay, and like Haunted Mansion, they're redoing again. But like, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say they're terrible. They just haven't been like, wow, like amazing. But Pirates is easily my favorite one. So we'll see, man. I don't know if they can make a good script out of it. Then yeah, I mean, we'll I don't know. The next thing we have here is we have Sony and PlayStation are circling a Days Gone uh movie with Sheldon Turner adapting it, and there's uh, there's been a lot of talk lately because for whatever fucking reason, I don't know why, they're planning on using Sam. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's last name, but Hugen, the Outlander guy. They're planning on using him instead of the literal fucking actor who this character is based off of, Sam Witwer. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Like why would you? I just that is bonkers. I also think it's funny because like I'm pretty sure Sam Witwer also tweeted something out that was funny. Like let me pull it up here. He said, "Hey guys, what I miss? Been busy shooting a video game adaptation of Outlander. Haven't seen the show. Here it's great." So that was Sam Witwer's response to this news here.
I don't blame him. He should be the
Yeah,
one in the movie. Makes
he
no
should
sense.
be the guy.
He's a legit actor.
He-
It's not like he's just a
he
voice
is.
actor. He's a legit actor,
Yeah.
though. Like
He's been in so many things. Like what the hell? Like, and he literally is the guy. Like, how do you not? It doesn't make sense to me.
I think that's fucking dumb. That's a fucking stupid decision that somebody that handles a bunch of money is like, we should get the dude from Outlander. Like that's some stupid ass shit. That's dumb. That's dumb as fuck.
Some lunatic behavior. But yeah. I don't know what they're thinking, man. If they don't get Sam Witwer, honestly, I don't want it. Keep it.
Here's what they're
Don't do
thinking.
it.
They're not thinking. They're being stupid.
Yeah, but again, if you don't have Sam Witwer, I don't want it. All right, Sam Witwer or bust, bro. But yeah, that's the news on that. Again, I don't really want to speak too much on that because if it ain't Sam Witwer, I don't really care about it too much, to be
Same.
honest. I enjoyed the game, but like, if you guys, if they do my boy Sam Witwer dirty, then they can all go to hell, bro. The last thing we have here before we wrap up our news for the day is we have a release date for Thor: Love and Thunder on Disney Plus. and that is going to be releasing on Disney Plus Day, which is September 8th. So again, we have a lot of stuff coming next month. If you guys haven't seen this movie already, definitely check it out, give it a go. Wasn't my favorite Thor movie, but it wasn't the worst
Yeah.
either. It's just
We had some thoughts on it. Go check out our episode where we talk about it.
Indeed, we did an episode on it because we both watched this in theaters when it came out. So yeah, go check that out. But in addition to that, they're also going to be releasing the Marvel Studios assembled making of Thor and Love and Thunder, and a few other things, including the Obi-Wan Jedi Return. So yeah, that'll do it for our news this week. Though that is our
That's gonna do it.
game, TV, and movie news. So we're gonna go ahead and go on this break, and we'll be back to talk about the main topic, which is this month's retro rewind, which we haven't done a retro rewind in a while, but we're doing one again today, and it's Princess Mononoke. So we will be back after this break shortly, guys. See you in a bit.
We'll be right back, guys. I'll run some ads. All right, guys, we're back with the second half of the show. We're going to talk Princess Mononoke. We're going to go a little bit quick because DT is dying. So
because you want to know why? If you were watching, if you didn't watch any of the rest of this episode and you're skipping up to this part, my fan died today by the looks of it. Right at the beginning of today's show, literally live as we were doing this. So it is summertime right now at the time of this recording. If you're watching this in the future or wherever you are in the world, if it's not hot right now, I'm fucking dying. I might start glowing because of the sweat, dude. But like, I know I'm wearing all black and a hat and everything, but like, we're gonna.
You are very shiny right now.
Yeah,
on the screen.
yeah. And I assure you, it's not sweat. It's just like I have the sweat I feel is on my head right now, not on my face. So I might start sweating during this, but like I'm shiny,
It's okay.
but it's not sweat. I'm telling you. But anyway,
we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through it quick.
My fan is kaput by the looks of it, and I need to figure out what's up with it. If not, I'm in trouble. I got some ice cold water right here. We're gonna try to get through this. I'm here. I'm doing this show for you guys, for you listeners and viewers and all that, because yes, and yeah, I'm in danger without AC or a fan right now. But you know what? Like I said, we're here. We're doing it. So let's get it, Josh. Princess Mononoke.
All right, Princess Mononoke. First time I've seen it. First time you've seen it? Yeah.
Yes, it is a movie that I've heard about for a very long time. It's one of those like classic like anime movies that like I hear people or I have heard people mention and talk about like all the time. Like, oh, Princess Mononoke, it's a classic. And I'm gonna be honest with you. After watching it this weekend, I totally get why. This movie is fucking awesome, dude. This
It's
movie
a great
is rad
movie.
as hell. It's a fantastic movie.
I don't know what I thought the movie was, but it wasn't what I got. Funnily enough, I didn't know what it was. So I'm really glad that you picked this and that we got to see it. I haven't watched any of the Studio Ghibli movies. None of them. Not one.
Well,
So this is like my
was
first
your
one.
intro to it, man. Yeah, shout out to Miyazaki, dude. These movies are the ones that I've seen are pretty good. And yeah, I actually love this one. This one was awesome. This is a really, really, really good movie. But yeah,
question. Did you watch the dub or did you watch the Japanese? Because I watched the dub.
So I watched it on HBO Max, which I think only had the dub. They didn't.
No,
I don't think
so there was a way. I figured this out after I watched the movie. There is a way to swap with the Japanese on there.
Is there?
But I'd already watched the movie in the dub. But people said the dub is good. So, and I thought it was fun.
Which I want to get into the voice cast when we start talking about this a little bit more because it's solid, dude. This voice cast is like the dub one is awesome.
I didn't even look it up before I was done, but there were some voices in there. I was like, I know exactly who that is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. There's like two really recognizable ones that I'm sure are probably the two you recognize.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
We'll talk about that. But yeah, this movie was fucking awesome. I like genuinely loved it. It was really, really, really cool.
It was great. I love the world building in it. Yeah, it's so good. The music was great.
So this is a bit of a synopsis for this.
I wrote crazy ass notes.
Yeah, I have notes too because I tend to take notes on stuff that we watch for the podcast now. So
Yeah.
I also have notes, but
I actually remember to take notes this time.
yeah, hell yeah. So this is a little synopsis for this movie. The fate of a world, or this is the tagline rather, and then I'll give you the synopsis. The fate of the world rests on the courage of one warrior. So that's the tagline. And the synopsis is Ashitaka, a prince of the disappearing Imishi people, is cursed by a demonized boar god and must journey to the west to find a cure. Along the way, he encounters San, a young human woman fighting to protect the forest, and Lady Iboshi, who is trying to destroy it. Ashitaka must find a way to bring balance to this conflict. So, Josh, without even, I mean, now that you've seen the movie, like we know what happens and all that. But if you had read this or seen this before watching it, what do you like, what does that do for you? Like, just listening to that.
It
Just the premise, just based off of that.
it sounds fucking dope, but I hadn't even heard the synopsis before. I knew literally nothing about this movie other than the cover art is like a girl on a wolf.
Yeah.
I think like that is
Yeah.
literally all I knew about it.
Yeah, it's just a girl with a wolf, and she has a mask, and she's got like blood on her face, and she's got like little cool little necklace and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's probably one of the
it's
few things I knew too. Like I didn't even know Ashitaka was the character because I thought she was gonna be like
no
the main
idea.
character, right?
Yeah,
You're
I
like,
did too.
because when you see that, like not knowing anything about this movie, you're like, oh, Princess Mononoke. You're like, oh, so that girl on the cover is Princess Mononoke, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
you don't know shit going into it. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. So again,
Try to
this
get
is
my
the
glasses over here.
1997 anime film by Hayao Miyazaki, one of the Studio Ghibli or however you say it, or however, I don't know. People say it differently, but I'm sure there's a correct way. But anyway, yeah. So we have, like, I think at the beginning of the movie we see like the main character, Prince Ashitaka, and like his trusty steed Yakul, and he's hanging out with one of his like bros, Jisan. And then like right off the bat, dude, just like big ass, just demon worm boar thing that I'm like, what in the fuck
Yep.
is that
In
thing?
my notes, I wrote down demon boar worm creature thingy because I was like, all caps. I was like, what the fuck is this thing?
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's a lot of like cool, interesting, so I actually have seen like gifs and stuff from this movie before. It's like when he's like shooting arrows at the dudes, and he like shoots his arms off, and like shoots a dude's head off and that kind of stuff. I was like, dude, that is absolutely fucking nuts.
Was
Like I remember
unexpected for me because I don't think I've ever seen those gifs, or if I seen them, I didn't realize they were from this.
Yeah, and it's like, damn, that shit's badass, dude. So I love that, that stuff, and I think I have found this like for myself, like I think more recently is that I think I for the most part I love 90s anime. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Like this movie, fantastic. I recently watched Cowboy Bebop like a few months ago for the first time ever. Fucking one of my favorite animes ever of all time now. Like 90s anime just for me works like for the most
I
part.
just love
So
this art style more. Like
yeah,
of the
it's
old
a
school,
fantastic art style.
more than like more recent animes, which always look, I don't know, digitally, I guess. But
Yeah.
this has like I guess a little bit of an edge to it. That's kind of why I like
It has a certain look to it that I don't know, just looks and
Mhm.
feels like kind of more my style anime,
Exactly.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed this movie. It had a lot of interesting characters, and so speaking of interesting characters, let's talk about that voice cast for a minute, because if you don't know who the voices were, so we have Billy Crudup as Ashitaka, Minnie Driver as Lady Iboshi, John DiMaggio as Gonza, Claire Danes as San, Jada Pinkett Smith was Sada, Tara Strong was Kaya, Billy Bob Thornton was Jigo,
Recognized
Keith
him
David
immediately.
as Okoto. So that's pretty
Recognized him
badass.
immediately.
Yeah, those are like the two more recognizable ones. But that's a
Like,
pretty solid like voice
the
cast
opening
for, like, the
narration
90s,
is
dude.
Keith David, and I'm like, holy shit,
Yeah.
Keith David's in this movie. Oh yeah, Admiral Anderson, let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, so that's a pretty badass voice cast, dude, for this movie, like for the dub, at least.
Yeah.
Um,
And I was like, Billy Bob? I think I even wrote that down. Hang on, what's my notes say? I said I watched the dub mostly so I could work on other things as I watched, which is true. And I typed in fucking Billy Bob on there.
fucking Billy Bob. Yep. I was a little surprised to hear him too, because I'm like, what? Like that's it was just unexpected. Like I didn't Billy Bob in an anime, bro. Like what the hell? Like I never would have thought that, but it like I think his the voice works well for the character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it totally
I
works
thought it
out.
worked out. Yeah, it was pretty spot on. Another thing I really liked about this is the soundtrack. The soundtrack for this movie was awesome. It's really good, really enjoyable. You guys know how big of a soundtrack score and soundtrack guy I am, so I really really enjoyed checking that out and listening to it. I gotta like go on Spotify and look up the soundtrack because I would love to listen to it all in its entirety, like I do with other stuff. So definitely gotta do that for sure. What else? Is there any other stuff that stood out to you like throughout this movie? Like I think for me, one of the biggest things is like for an animated movie, this was long. It was like 2 hours and something because most animated movies are not this long, which I wouldn't say is a bad thing because again, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, but I just wasn't like I didn't expect it to be as long as it was because again, I'm used to more animated or anime movies to be like way shorter than this, but I thought that was really good. So yeah, that's definitely another thing that stood out to me for
Yeah.
this. But
I
anyway,
checked the
what are some
time.
stuff
I
for
checked the
you? Yeah.
time, the run time on the day before, because I was like, I could probably fit this in anywhere. And then I started, and it was like 2 hours, and I was like, okay, maybe I should watch this when I get up in the morning. That way I have the rest of the day instead of staying up
Yeah.
late and trying to watch it. Because my plan was I'll watch it Saturday night. And then it was getting around, I don't know, 11 p.m. I was like, I could probably watch this. And I looked at runtime. I was like, okay, we're just going to do this tomorrow because this is a long movie. So some of the things I liked were I love like the world building. I love the giant animal gods. I think those are fucking
Yeah.
cool.
That was awesome.
And I was like, God damn it, I'm gonna steal this for D&D. I'm gonna run a D&D game, and the gods are gonna be giant animals, and they're gonna roam these forests, and it's
pretty
fucking cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool D&D idea for sure.
And the other thing is like the fucking people can kill the gods. You know, like they're like it'll take more than that to kill a god, and they just kill them. Like just like it's interesting. It's cool. It's a way to go about it. But some of my notes are like ghosty mushroom dudes, the Kodama. I thought those little dudes were neat, like the little
About the Kodama, I wrote notes about those guys. Like those little fucking tree spirit Kodama dudes. Nintendo must have watched this movie and been like, we're gonna Nintendo, which I'm wearing a Nintendo shirt by the way. If you're not watching this, if you're listening to it, I'm wearing a Nintendo 64 shirt. But anyway, Nintendo must have watched this movie and been like, we're gonna base the Legend of Zelda around some of this movie here because those little Kodama bros look like something out of Breath of the Wild, like straight up, like
little
this.
carrot
I feel like
seeds
they were heavily
or whatever.
inspired, yeah, by some of this stuff. So I thought that was funny and interesting, but yeah, yeah, it was really cool seeing like the major like animal gods and like Poto with the boars and he was a blind like giant white boar and fucking the giant wolf that was San's mother and all that like talks about how she like pretty much raised her from like birth because as a baby and whatnot and
Yeah, the story is like the wolf found the parents in the forest one time and she like confronted them kind of, and they took off running and threw the baby down. So she took the baby in, like as a sacrifice.
instead of eating the baby or whatever, I'm just I just raised her as my own, which is cool.
This movie's pretty brutal, by the way. Like,
it is.
Fucking,
yeah.
Ashitaka at one point falls off the mount, and the wolf just jumps on him and starts chewing on his head. And I was like, oh my god! It surprised me.
It was definitely something that like threw me off too, because I'm like, that wolf went straight for not just the body, for his fucking head, bro. That wolf was ready to pop that dude's melon, bro, like in an instant. And San was like, no, hold up.
I was like, I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah.
Because he's already fucked up. He'd been shot earlier. One of my favorite lines, by the way, is so there's some things going on, and he finds some wounded dudes, and like they go to the forest and all that, and he kind of gets I think something in the forest kind of heals them a little bit, and like one of the side dudes like. He's wiggling his arm around. He's like, it's healed. And then it cracks. He's like, nope, still broken. Like, that shit cracked me the fuck up, dude. I started laughing so hard. I'm like, yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah.
When they go to Irontown, like, all the women's are after this man.
They were thirsting over this man's, bro. They were all over him. Like, trying to invite him. Yeah, they were trying to invite him over to, come visit them, and they were like hitting on him and stuff. It was like, there's so much stuff in this that like is so like, I don't know. I don't want to say like not anime, but like from other anime that I've seen, like I feel like they don't really do stuff like this, or maybe it's just, I don't know. It just seems different, like, but like in a good way. Like I love a lot of the stuff, a lot of the choices and things that they do in this movie. Like
I like how they're very blunt about like, yeah, these were like pleasure women, brothels that had been the lady had freed to come work at Irontown, and like, so I thought, oh, that's interesting. They're just talking about it not like it's some super shameful thing. It's just a thing that is there in their world that is completely normal for there to be brothels. And she saved these women from those brothels. So I find that, I was like, that's refreshing that they're treating it just like, this just exists. It's not some big super shame on you for doing that type of deal. But yeah, the women's were thirsting after that prince.
And they were loving when he was like working the bellows. Remember when he goes over there and he's like, oh, let me try. And they were loving it. Yeah. Yeah,
that's the other thing. Is like, I really like the main character of Ashitaka, because it's not like he's some I'm super strong hero. He's just a dude that wants to do the right thing. His curse has kind of been pushed on him, and like he's respectful of everybody. He tries to help everybody. Like, kind of main character. I like that. I like that he's kind of like a selfless main character. There's a lot that are like main characters that. They're big giant badasses the whole way through, and it's like, this dude feels like a real person. He feels like a real person pushed into an impossible situation.
He's just doing his best with giving the shit that he has to deal with, for sure. Yeah, that. Speaking of the Irontown though, like when they first arrive there. And like when Homeboy's like wife shows up and she's like shitting on him and like just all upset that he like is injured and stuff, and like she starts like hitting on Ashitaka. Yeah, she's like, oh, he is beautiful under there or something like that. I think she says when he like pulls on his mask or whatever, and it's just funny, like that character, her introduction. What do you think, Lady Eboshi? Like, there was a moment. When she was talking with Gonza and Ashitaka, and she had like this weird ass laugh, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? This is like after they already had been in town, and they're gonna like, she wants to like meet up with him after bringing in and saving the her people from the outside. But yeah, I thought that was that was like one of the first scenes to me that I was like, well, that seems odd. Like, what's up with that weird ass laugh? But anyway.
Yeah, I think she's an interesting character. She's a character with a lot of layers
to her.
And really like And a lot of the animes I've seen in the past is like women are the eye candy, but in this movie, the women are like strong, equal
Pretty good
characters, right up to
character.
the
Yeah.
Like even though some of them have been in brothels and they might dress a certain way, it's like that's just who they are. Like it's not they're not eye candy. They're regular people that exist the way it should be. But I find her character pretty interesting because there's points that it's like, okay, I see her point of view on this, but there's other points where I'm like, man, she's really obsessed with this one thing. So I think she's a really interesting character with a lot of layers.
Yeah, for sure. And then like in the middle of this, you have like Ashitaka trying to like bring balance between like San and Lady Boshi. You know, when like San tries to like assassinate Lady Boshi in Irontown, and they're all trying to like. He does this like really cool ass move where he like stuns both of them at
Yes.
like right. I was like, that is some gangsta ass shit that I need to use in a D&D game at some point or something, dude.
My guy had moves.
That was some. He stunned San and then he
Ashitaka-
stunned Boshi, and I was like, that is bad fucking ass.
He's got
dude.
some
He has
dope ass move. He catches an arrow
He
out of
really
the air at
does.
one point and shoots it back at somebody. Like I was
does
like,
some
oh, that's some
badass
Jedrick
stuff.
shit.
Hell yeah, dude. He does some fucking awesome stuff in this, and I'm like, damn, that's so cool. Again, like going back to when he was fighting the samurai attacking the villagers, like towards the beginning of the movie. When he like shoots dudes' heads off and arms off with a fucking bow and arrow, dude, that's some Jedrick shit that I wanted to do in fucking Puzzle Decimation right there, man. Like, damn, that's so cool. But yeah, man. Just that stun move though, when he was like trying to stop them both from fighting and he like just like knocked them both out. I was like, oh man, that is so fucking cool.
And then he gets like fucking shot when he's like taking them
dude,
out of
yeah,
there.
escaping, and there's like this lady that's like, oh, you're not getting out of here, I'll shoot you. And like she kind of hesitates, and then she like accidentally like does shoot him. Like and then she like shoots him like right through the fucking like it goes through the back, but it like comes out his chest or something, right? And you're like, damn, this dude just got shot. And he's still
Just keeps
trudging
walking.
on, dude.
He just keeps walking. He's like pouring blood.
Yeah. And he's like fucking dying basically as this happens because he just got fucking shot.
Mm-hmm.
And like the wolves catch up to, you know, San and him, and Yakul comes, and then you know he's like they're like riding you know Yakul, and he like falls off, and this is the part where like the fucking wolf like goes to like bite his head and shit, and like and then the fucking ape clan, like the bunch of ape dudes try to eat him and shit. And you're like, what the fuck, bro? This forest is tripping, dude. Like this man just fell off his steed, and you got some apes from the fucking forest coming out of nowhere trying to be like, yo, hand us over the body. We want to eat
Give
him.
us
Like,
the human. We will eat the human. He will give us power. And I was
And,
like,
like,
these fucking
the-
apes are crazy.
and then like you got like the wolf clan like trying to defend them from the ape clan. They like got a little beef going, and then you got the boars in the middle of all this, and it's like the forest is trying to like defend themselves, but they also kind of have like beef between them, you know, the clans and you know amongst themselves, and it's crazy. What'd you think of the Nightwalker, or the, you know, the forest spirit looking, you know?
I
thing?
thought it looked cool.
It looked rad.
When
I was
it's
like, oh,
when it's in the daylight,
neat.
the daytime form, I was
Yeah.
like, hey, it's got a face, and it made me think of I don't know why, it made me think of like Ko the Face Stealer from Avatar: The Last Airbender a little bit, like even though that's like a giant monster spirit, but I was like, oh, it's got like a face, like a red face that's the god, and it never talks. Like I was like, I wonder if this one's gonna talk. Never talks. And I'll be honest with you, it looks cool, but it also has like an air of like, this is a little creepy. You know, it's a little scary looking in some ways.
Sure. For sure, yeah.
It
I thought
does
was
have
really
like a
cool
face.
100%. It is funky looking.
Which I think that's what they were going for, and I think they nailed it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it definitely made me feel a little uneasy, but at the same time, I'm like,
I was trying to like figure out what it was, but I'm like, this looks cool at the same time, you know? Like it's a really
Mhm.
cool design, yeah.
mm-mm.
I actually
And
makes me
as
want to
it-
like look at like art. If there's like an art book or something about this movie, I kind of want to like check it out.
hell yeah, and as it walks, it like grass and flowers and all that grows, and then as it steps, it dies because the spirit is like can give life and can take life away, like it just does
Yeah.
naturally. So yeah, I thought the forest spirit was really cool. Yeah. The next thing that I have in my notes was, ew, she's feeding him like a bird, kinda, because she's
Oh yeah,
San is like
when
trying
he's
to
like,
take care of Ashitaka and like trying to feed
like
him, but he can't eat. He
he's
like
like
passes out.
basically dying and dead. Yeah, and he just like he's like passing out and yeah. That was I mean, she's raised by animals, so it makes sense. But yeah, I guess
Yeah.
she was
I
kind of
know.
like, what
I
the
was
hell?
just like, ew, that's gross. She's like chews his food up for him and then like gives it to him in his mouth, which is
Yeah.
a little gross, but whatever.
Mhm.
Hell of a way to get a kiss, I guess. Uh,
Yeah.
I wrote down the boars are nuts and boar Keith
The
David.
boars, dude. Okoto, the big giant white boar that was Keith David. That motherfucker, dude. Honestly, the boars are wild. Like I was thinking too. I'm like, these boars they are tripping right now. They're out of pocket, dude. Like, what are they thinking right now? But as we find out later, they're very prideful and whatnot. But yeah, I like the Okoto's conversation with San and Ashitaka when he's like when he tells him about Nago,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Yo, I'm the one that killed Nago, because he fucking gave me this curse or whatever."
Lost
And
his
then
fucking
Okoto's like,
mind.
yeah, and Okoto's like, "Well, I'm ashamed that it came from one of my clan or whatever, but I thank you for this," and all
Became
that
a
stuff.
demon.
And yeah, and then like but then he's like, "Yo, if I see you again, I'm gonna have to kill you." Um,
I'd be
but
like,
yeah,
I respect that.
the boars are crazy. They just charge in the battle against the humans, and like fucking San wants to warn them that it's a trap, but then the mom is like, they probably know it's a trap anyway, but their pride is too strong, so they don't give a fuck. They're gonna charge into the last boar, Um, yeah.
I already said it earlier, but I think I realized it later on in the movie. Like, good mix of strong male and female characters, but
Yeah,
that's
I
really a thing throughout the
really
whole movie.
I enjoyed the main characters in this. Yeah, like San, Ashitaka, Iboshi. Like they all had like they were just good characters. Like I enjoyed them all.
Mm-hmm. I have arrow catch and return fire. Dope. Already talked about that a minute ago. Bro shot a head off with an arrow. That one surprised me, but that was dope.
I mean, that's the gangster shit I want to do in like D&D and stuff, man. Like, god damn, that's so cool.
Mm-hmm. The battle aftermath. So we don't actually see like the boars. We kind of see like a little bit of it, like the boars and the
Yeah,
humans
so
fight, but we mostly see the aftermath of it.
you have like survivors talking to Ashitaka and how they were kind of led into a trap by Jigo, and he kind of like betrayed them and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the townspeople jump the hunters. Like the hunters are like
Yeah.
shooting poison darts, and like they're like, "Hey, leave him alone!" And they fucking jump him, beat the shit out of him. Love that. Then we go back to the forest and we see Okoto got fucked up. Like I was like, God damn,
Yeah.
how's he still standing? He looks so
He kept
like
moving,
it looked
man.
painful. I
Throughout
felt
all of
bad.
it, yeah.
And then
Yeah,
like the fucking hunters wearing the boar skins is like so fucked up too.
Oh yeah, it's 'cause she's like telling him like, "Yo, those are not your warriors. Those are just humans trying to trick you."
Mm-hmm. But Keith David
And
does
he's-
such a good job too. Like right here, where he's like,
Yeah.
my warriors, they've returned.
Yeah.
Like because he smells them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that part. And then he ends up becoming like a rage demon at
Yeah.
this point.
It does. Because we have Ashitaka and a wolf trying to help San after she's been kind of like overtaken by Okoto. She's like, "Yo, let me go. Like, don't do this."
Mm-hmm.
And on his way over there, he encounters Lady Boshi, and he's like, "Yo, your town is about to be attacked right now. Like, you have nobody
Yeah,
over
the
there but the women.
samurais.
Yeah, you have nobody over there but the women, but the women's. and like your men are trying to go back on their way over there, but like you need to go and like you need to help them out. Like they're not gonna be able to hold off alone, you know. But she kind of just ignores them, and or she ignores him, and then they continue forward to get the spirit head, which is what they wanted. Um, but yeah, I liked the like towards the end of the movie when Boshi like shoots the spirit, and she's like, "Oh, a wolf's head can still bite." I was like, "That's a cold ass line right there, dude."
Yeah,
That's
and then the
pretty.
fucking it turns out to be true because the fucking wolf head bites her goddamn arm off. I was like, a wolf's head can still bite. Yes, indeed.
Yep, sure can.
Because the forest spirit loses its head and goes on like a
Yeah,
big
it was-
rampage. Honestly, this movie, when I thought this movie was gonna end, it didn't end, and it just kept going. And I was like, oh, I thought this would have been right around the time that this movie would end. It's like, no, we got another 20 minutes of like, here's
Yeah,
the forest spirit, and it's rampaging a little bit.
Yeah, it did kind of feel that way. Yeah, towards the end.
Uh-huh.
But honestly, I think the movie like I thought I liked the ending. I thought it was good. Like
Yeah.
it it was I really liked this movie, man. It was
Mhm.
awesome. Like I thoroughly enjoyed it from start to finish. And
Really, my
yeah,
only
like
knock is that the ending, like the actual ending, feels a little fast, a little abrupt. Like it just kind of ends, and it's like Billy Bob Thornton's character is like, "Well, I guess that's just the way it goes," and that cracked me up. I was like,
he's like, oh,
and then the movie ends. That would be my only, and it's a very minor knock. It was like, I wish they'd taken just like like 5 more minutes to kind of give me a not necessarily an abrupt ending. But overall, I loved the movie. I thought it was
yeah,
fantastic.
I genuinely loved it. This is probably honestly like one of my favorite anime. Like I only just watched it, but I can probably put this up there as one of my favorite animes like ever now. Like it's like I enjoyed it that much,
Mhm.
and like I want to watch more movies like this. So I need to watch other Studio Ghibli movies. I'm just the Miyazaki movies. I've seen a few of them, not all of them. I want to watch more. I think 90s anime is my anime, dude. Like when from now on, when somebody asks me, "Do you like anime?" I'd be like, "I like 90s anime," because I tend to like that's the shit I tend to gravitate towards. Like I really like the art style and the just the stories and the stuff they were doing back in those days, and you don't have to watch like fucking 5 seasons of a 20 episode per season anime like you do nowadays. Where it's just like I don't really care about some of this modern stuff. Which is not to say I don't watch some of it. Like, I mean, I gotta catch up on a lot of it, like MHA and uh, you know, Demon. You're watching. I think I'm caught up on Demon Slayer, but just other stuff that I haven't caught up on. The main one is
Yeah.
MHA, but anyway,
Oh man.
this is more to my liking though. This style of anime,
No,
this
I
kind of
got you.
stuff is more what I like. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I loved it. I really, really, really uh yeah, I just this is my kind of shit right here when it comes to anime. Like I just love this style and this from the music and the art direction and the characters and the story and just everything. Like it's about as great as an anime movie could be, in my opinion. Like it was fucking awesome. So I loved it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I want to see more of those movies as well. The Miyazaki
They were-
films.
I'm glad I finally watched it now because again, this is one of those movies that like I had heard about it for years that everybody loves, and it's like finally I've seen it and I get it now. Like I get why people have such high regards for this movie. Like they hold it in such high
Mhm.
esteem. It really is great. It's a fucking awesome movie. So yeah.
All right. I think that's gonna do it
Any
for the
other
discussion.
any other
Um,
closing thoughts, Josh?
I
Or
don't
no?
really. I want to see the other movies. I really enjoyed this one a lot. I love the characters in it. And it wasn't what I was expecting, which is also awesome and great. And I enjoy the world building in it quite a bit. Music was fantastic. But I
Nice.
think that's gonna do her. I think we can do our shout outs. I know we gotta get DT in some cooler
Yeah.
areas of his house. So let's go ahead and do our shout outs. DT, I'm going to throw over to you.
All right. Thank you guys for watching and listening. This episode today is truly for you because I'm in hell right now, and I need to get out of here as soon as I'm about to declothe here in a second. I'm about to take my shirt off, get this hat off, and fucking just go to cooler areas because I'm dying in this fucked up fucking. Anyway, tomorrow I'll be doing a stream for sure because I'm gonna be streaming Gamescom 2022 live from Germany. I'm not gonna be in Germany, but I will be streaming Gamescom 2022 that is in Germany. Shout out to Jeff Keighley and his team over there for allowing me to be an official co-streamer because they always are really cool like that. So much love to them. It starts at 11 a.m. my time, which is Pacific Standard Time, which I believe is like 2 p.m. Eastern. But anyway, and if you're another time zone, then Google that shit. But 11 a.m. Pacific, I'll be doing it live tomorrow, and that is like the only confirmed stream this week as of right now. Because if I don't get this fan or whatever situation adjusted in my room, I'm canceling all streams this week because this is gonna be unbearable, dude. I can't be in here for hours without like something to stay cool with. So fucking Gamescom tomorrow. Go to my YouTube because if you want to see more content from me, I have playthroughs going up. So you remember how Josh and I played Sniper Elite a few weeks back? Those videos are going up on YouTube right now. Every day there's a one part going up. Today part 5 went up. We still got a few more for Sniper Elite, and then after that we have still what was the last game that I played? Jesus, I can't even remember. But go to my YouTube, check it out. Oh, Doom Eternal and Road 96. Those are coming up as well. But go to my YouTube, check it out. Go watch the videos. Support me and Josh and follow us on all the stuff here at the sidebars. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week where we will be talking about Gamescom. So have a great rest of your time. And we'll see you guys later. I'm getting out of here. So bye.
Thanks guys for watching the episode. Really appreciate you guys hanging out here. This will be live up on the MP3 website tomorrow because the Clockwork Cantina, we have MP3s. Go check them out. We got links to them. We're on Spotify. We're on all the places that you can get fucking MP3s. The other thing is make sure to check out the Dice Shop. I'll drop a link in the chat for you guys just in case you want to help support me and my dice creations. I've been doing really well on there. I'm making some cool stuff. I'm going to go work on some stuff as soon as we're done here. Make sure to check out the Instagram for Dice Creations. Make sure to follow us on all the things. I have a TikTok now, 902 Dice Creations. I haven't put it in my shoutouts list yet. We're going to get out of here because my frames are dropping for some fucking reason, but we will see you all next time. Bye! No,
bye.
We're not on break. We're not on break. We're saying goodbye.
Peace out. Good night. Bye-bye. See you later.
There we go. Bye.